Hey, history class. This is just a quick update for you on the last couple weeks of the semester for History of Women in Sport, and also to talk about your final project so that you have a little bit more direction. Because I do, I do realize that I sort of left some things out on the assignment sheet. Um, yeah, I think I just was thinking that I was going to do a follow-up and I didn't do a follow-up as quickly as I had liked to. So I want to talk about the project, get you on track for what you're going to do to sign up for times to present, and then just map out the rest of the semester for you. So this week you'll hear your last lectures from me. The first one is on history of women in the media and women's sport in the media. And then also history of Wittenberg women's athletics. So I suggest the media one first, and then the Wittenberg history. And there's also obviously, like usual, corresponding PowerPoints with those, as well as readings. So you can gather information and read about the information on those topics that are in more detail than what I will cover in the video lectures. So take a look at those, listen to those, read about those, and then I'm going to post a quiz at the end of the week, but I'll keep it up all next week. So if you don't get to the lectures and the information until the end of this week, you'll have next week to take that quiz, and that's your last quiz. So last quiz, last lectures, last topics of the semester. Because then the last sort of 3 class sessions, so next Tuesday, Thursday, and the following Tuesday, you will sign up for a time to do your presentation on your Superwoman in Sport. There is essentially going to be 1 hour time slots, so from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. next Tuesday, April 28th, Thursday, April 30th, and then May 5th, the following Tuesday. And I picked that 10 to 11 time slot because it's our typical time in class together. So I kind of thought if you had other classes that you are meeting online during your normal time, that this wouldn't conflict with any of those. If some of you are working now and you are working during that time on any of those 3 days, you just need to let me know. If you have a conflict for whatever reason on any of those 3 days, just let me know. But otherwise, you get to go in. There's a doodle poll link where you can sign up for one of the 3 days, and it's first come, first serve. So if you're hearing this first before anybody else, you get to go in and choose your time slot. And if you don't sign up by a time by Sunday this weekend, upcoming, then I will contact you and ask you what time slot you want, or if there are only certain time slots left, I will let you know when your time is. So your requirement is to have a PowerPoint or a Prezi about your athlete, right? Following the format of things that I put on your assignment sheet, on your rubric, right? So what the presentation should have in it, what it should cover, telling the story about your athlete, and probably I would say a 5 to 7 slide or capsule on Prezi presentation, because you have about 5 to 6 minutes to give your presentation on your athlete based on the visuals you put together. And so how we're going to do it is you'll pick your day. Let's say you pick next Tuesday, the 28th. You'll get online with everybody else that's in that day, and we'll do this via Zoom so that as your time to present, you will screen share your presentation. So you'll have your presentation up, your visual presentation up through screen share. We'll all be able to see it and then listen to you talk about your athlete for 5-6 minutes. Okay, so that's your timeline. Then you'll sit and listen and watch everybody else present about theirs. Okay, and then that is your absolute obligation, your total obligation to presenting and watching others present. If you want to jump in on the other days that you don't sign up for, you are absolutely more than welcome. If you'd like to hear about all of these athletes and you want to take that 1 hour on next Tuesday, Thursday, and the following Tuesday, awesome. Join us. Like, listen to them all. All of these women are phenomenal, amazing. Obviously, it's why they were on the list of options. So please join us and listen and learn about all of them. But if you really just, or if you're tired of sitting in front of the screen, or you really only can reserve that 1 hour of time over the next 2 weeks, I get it. I totally understand. And so please give me that hour and listen to your other classmates present and share that time with us. But please do join us if you want to listen, you want to hear about the others on the other dates too, okay? So that is all for the presentation aspect of it. So create the presentation visually. You'll give a 5 to 6 minute presentation on a selected date that you choose. And then when you're done, you'll submit your visual presentation to me on Moodle. And then the only other thing that's required of this assignment or project is a little biographical profile. It can be about 2 to 3 pages. Maybe you'll only write a page, but I think it's probably going to take you 2 for sure. And some of you, I think, might find it'll be 3 pages after you learn about your athlete, that you'll want to talk that much about her. It should be kind of like encapsulating what you talk about in your presentation and what's on your slides without the terminology of the sport, because I don't need that part. You don't need to give me that. This is a biographical profile. It's not teaching us about the sport in the paper. Okay, so the paper just needs to be about her. You can see I provided the things that should be in that paper at minimum. And that it should not be just a list of things, like a bulleted list of her accomplishments or what she's done. It should be in a, sort of a storytelling format, right? A profile format. So, and then it should come with your list of resources that you use, not only for your paper, but also for your presentation. So your biographical paper and then your biography, your list of references will then also be submitted via Moodle. So there's 2 things to submit. One is the visual piece, the Prezi or the PowerPoint, and then the other one is your biographical profile, your written piece. Your PowerPoint or a link to your Prezi can be sent after your day of presenting. Your paper is due like the last day of class, right? So, or the last, like that Friday of finals or whatever. And then that's it. You're done with class. I suggest taking the rest of the time around creating your final project to catch up on stuff you haven't submitted. If you haven't submitted something through the semester, go back and submit it. If there's something you submitted but you want to do a better job, you want to resubmit something, go right ahead. None of that's required for you to do, but I'm just giving you the option to do it. So like if you just lost track of some things and just didn't get them done, or you just whatever. Like if you want to submit something that hasn't been submitted, please do it. If you want to resubmit something, you're welcome to do that. Please do it. Your final in this class was going to be to write a reflection on the semester, and I'm not requiring that of you. I would love to hear from you. It would be really great to hear just what your experience has been with the class in terms of what you've learned about women in sport, historically, currently, leaders and women leaders in sport, whatever, the topics we've covered throughout the semester. But I'm not requiring it of you. If you'd like to submit something, I will put a link for you to do it via Moodle, but it is optional. It will not add to your grade or hurt your grade. It would just be really great to hear from you and what you think and get your feedback. So that's completely optional. It's up to you. Don't feel that you need to do that. So I just kind of wanted to say, I'm going to see all of you at least one more time via Zoom, which is great. I can't wait for that. I'm super excited to hear from you and see you. But just a little more formally, I really did enjoy this class. I've super missed you guys the second half of the semester, seeing you and engaging with you. I still appreciate the good work that you've submitted. You guys have really continued to submit great things. I apologize for being really kind of delayed and posting scores and giving you feedback on things. I just apologize for it. I didn't do a very good job, and I'm sorry for that. And thanks for hanging in there with me on all of that. This is totally my favorite class to teach. It always has been. I've taught it the longest of all the classes I've taught at WIT. So thank you for being a special, great group. This last sort of go around, I am teaching it this summer. So if any of your friends are looking for a history credit, Gen Ed, I have slots left for my summer class online. I have a good amount of people in it, but I still have slots left. So if anybody's looking for a class and you want to suggest it to your friends, awesome. It's going to be a serious crash course of 6 weeks. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I haven't really quite figured that out yet, but I need to figure that out pretty soon here. But please feel free to offer the suggestion to people, because I'm looking forward to teaching it one more time before we move. And so again, I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you guys in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. And if you have any questions as you're going through creating your presentation, let me know. A couple of you have already sent me your slides, and you're doing a great job. They look good. Remember, less text, more images. People love to see the images of athletes playing their sport, and your particular athlete, what she looks like doing her sport. So think less text, more images, and I think you'll be fine. And you just be ready to tell us about the images and tell us about that athlete per the outline that I provided for you on your assignment sheet. Yeah, so that's it for me. Continue to stay safe and healthy. I hope everyone's doing okay and that your loved ones are doing well. I hope that you're enjoying the nicer weather as it's getting nicer, and the glorious weather, because that's really, honestly, a great way to just re-energize and refuel as you're trying to get through these the rest of these days in your stay home orders. So stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you guys in the next week or so. Take care.